we decided officially to get married last year, just as the COVID thing was really kicking off in Australia. And it was like, for me, there's this impulse of like, fuck, like you're technically still a tourist. What if the Australian government sent you home? That would be fucked. Everything's just so working out so good. We've got our nice little house and our friends and our place in the world. And so for me, it was a way of defending and honoring and anchoring onto the material plane of like, oh, this pairing is a real thing. It's tangible. It's long term. And also, I guess, the still get married thing, there was a sense for me that even though I didn't agree with the traditional construct of marriage, particularly the kind of enforced monogamous part or the treating of humans like a legal thing, or the the Christian connotations of this is in the eyes of God, or any of that shit I didn't really agree with. I just had the sense of like, well, it would mean whatever we mean it to mean. And the bond, they're like, okay, we have a bond that is something I want to invest in and commit to long term. That part vibrated through stronger than my fears around, oh, you'll be locked in the thing and you'll be nagging at each other 30 years from now and you could be this or that. And it's like that, none of that really. Basically, what I realized is a lot of the shit I had around a marriage was fear. Yeah. There were fears and dogmas about what it would be if it was like my parents' marriage or my grandparents' marriage or a television marriage or a Christian dogma marriage. And it was like, we don't have to do it like that. Yeah. So that's why.
I feel like it was super unromantic besides that obvious first impulse proposal.
That was romantic.
And also I just remembered, remember how we used to refer to our stints of togetherness when we were still traveling as seasons, or first marriage, second marriage,
season 1, season 2,
season 2, season 3, until
Dana may have made it to season 4. Who knows what will happen in
the
Bali.
show's getting renewed.
Yeah, totally.
But then COVID happened, and indeed, as a world traveling cosmopolitan, my options of escape also became options of I might my parents asked me to come back, basically. And I was like, no, not imprisoning myself into some culture that I do not have such a belonging to anymore. Plus we've got a thing, we just got settled. Yeah, we just got settled with all the basics. But for me, that shift, because for me the fear was in being dictated towards by society of where I can and cannot stay and who I can and cannot be with, based on nationalities and bound borders and freaking diseases. And the act of actually deciding to do marriage, because that was the most legally solid, viable thing that would actually allow us to visit each other no matter what, whether it's crossing countries or prisons or whatever. That kind of gives you a green card of access to each other.
Well, it's this is a real couple in the eyes of state bodies and
the eyes of God,
in the eyes of God. It's really
literally.
it
gave me freedom instead of restriction.